Well, this is the same theme, so this one won't be that long, but this is the same theme on Ukraine during the impeachment inquiry. So I thought, I had to hit Trump, and as a cartoonist, I wanted to also hold the Republican Party accountable for how they were treating these hearings. And really just a lot of their questioning was parroting Putin and a lot of the Russian-Ukraine conspiracy theories with Biden, Burisma, and all these things that were debunked, that like Ukraine really, tampered in the election, not Russia. So I did this, concept with the KoolAid. Now the KoolAid is kind of a cliched idea, so I wanted to put a twist on it. And I think cartoonists like to do that if it's a popular idea. So having it like White Russians, I thought worked, so.
But I also love the drawing of the elephant, because we all do this. We all anthropomorphize the elephant, right?
Right.
Like a congressman with a suit, but he's an elephant to represent the GOP, and I think that's great here. But you took it in like a demonic direction here with this one. This one's giving me nightmares. The bottom teeth, for some reason, are all showing. And then the little, what do they call them? The
tusks.
The tusks. Yeah, thank you.
I do get
at a weird angle. So anyway, this one was disturbing.
I get emails from people telling me how my elephants are not anatomically correct. I'm like, do elephants wear suits? I don't.
Yeah.
So. Here, another just sort of simple image to capture the moment, which was in early 2019 when the president was escalating war with Iran. If you remember the news at the time, Iran had attacked Saudi oil fields, and things were heating up very quickly. There was, a drone shot down, and the president reported in the New York Times had authorized military action, and then all of a sudden, walked away from it. So I wanted to use his sort of campaign, because he kind of promised to pull us out of war. He wanted us to focus at home. That's why I showed this sort of the image of him coming down the escalator, like when he started, and the converse side having war being escalated. Yeah,
that's really great. I think sometimes these simple images are the best. No words, just the image of war going up, and I like that it's the Golden Escalator.
Right. This sixth one of the entry. This one to me was almost like local being in Buffalo. So this is titled Brownface, and that's Justin Trudeau in response to yearbook photo and video. I think it was like 2001. He was in Brownface. It was like an Arabian Nights themed event, and it was a big dust up. It was a big deal here in Buffalo too, because we're right on the border of Canada. And I've used, I have this icon of the beaver with the Canadian flag on his tail, which is common for Canadian cartoonists to represent Canada. So I'm kind of, I'm 1/3 Canadian as a cartoonist in Buffalo. And so this is speaking to that issue and also having fun with it. I like this approach because Trudeau is so pretty, and his face is a great looking guy. So it's kind of like a nice contrast to, how great he looks. And it was also easy to draw because he's tough.
Yeah, I mean, your caricatures are great, but yeah, there are some people are just tougher than others. So maybe we can use this moment to just pop back out and give people a rest while I ask you some questions. So speaking of Canada being like your local cartoon for you, talk about the difference between drawing foreign cartoons versus domestic, because I think, this is obviously the Overseas Press Club Award and it's about your foreign cartoons, but I always found that sometimes those were harder because we weren't immersed in it like we are with our local politics and
right.
National politics. So talk about that a little bit.
I mean, for me, as a cartoonist, I'm tasked to cover local Buffalo issues, New York State, issues that affect the whole country, and global issues. Because I think more and more over the years, I've drawn more on global issues than when I started. And part of it's maturing, but also we're becoming more interconnected and global with social media. And I think people are just trying to, care about what's going on around the world. It is harder. I agree with you. For me, because you lack foreign issues, it's tricky because you don't have the same context. If you're commenting on an issue in a different country, you don't fully know the background of the culture like you do with a city. I know Buffalo intimately, in America as well, but not knowing every detail of the history makes me want to research it a little bit more before I draw the cartoon to make sure my opinion's right. And also you're communicating, especially when you're posting your work on Twitter and social media, these global cartoons will go farther and reach because of the topic. So your audience is larger and more international. There's different languages being spoken. I've had cartoons on Syria, be retweeted by, people in the Middle East that were threatening me because they were taking it the wrong way, because things can get easily misinterpreted, with the language barrier. So I try to keep those cartoons to be more wordless, unless it's like Canada or something like that. But yeah, it is a challenge.
Yeah, the European cartoonists and a lot of the cartoonists overseas, they tend to do that because they tend to work without many words just because of the language barriers between countries. But that
Right.
that seemed to kind of fall in that category for me.